A follow on to our Aperture screencast yesterday, and we're just looking at a little 50mm f2 lens, and I'm just going to show you the actual internal workings of it. So if we just click on our video, you'll see that it's an f2 to f22. So that's it closed now at f22, and then as we open it, you can see that we're going to f2. It lets loads of light in, and we just close it down again. So that's f22, letting less light in, giving us slow shutter speeds, and this is f2.8 or f2, giving us fast shutter speeds. So if I just minus that for a second and then I go to my shutter speed, this is a manual film camera. And initially what I'm going to do is just set it to a setting called B or bulb. And you'll see that as long as I keep my finger on the shutter button, the shutter will remain open. So let's, here we go. We put it up to the B setting. And you can see that the shutter is remaining open as long as I keep my finger on the shutter. So what we'll do now, I'm just going to move it right up to a really faster shutter speed. And you'll see that when we fire the shutter, that you can barely see through the actual shutter. We'll go a slightly faster one now again. And you'll even see less than the previous time. So a fast shutter speed will stop movement for us once we have the correct amount of light coming into it. And a slow shutter speed will actually show movement or blur. So if I scoot along here for a little bit on the video, and you'll see just towards the end, I'll actually put my finger in front of the camera, and as the shutter is open, it's to give you an illustration of what happens when a shutter is open and the subject is moving. So when the shutter is open and the subject is moving, the subject will be blurred. And this is great for effects of speed, such as moving cars or even water, blurring water in the likes of a waterfall. And the thing you have to remember is that if you look at my video, okay, you'll see that my camera is on a tripod. So the tripod will keep it steady, but yet my subject or my finger will appear blurred. So there are two types of movement. First one is subject movement. So that's the item that's in front of the lens. And then there's actually camera movement, or commonly called camera shake. And this is where when you move or take a picture with a slow shutter speed, you are liable to actually move the camera and get blur.